Hey guys, welcome back to the WAG Station. I'm your host, the outdated Gen Z himself. Super Mario Kart, am I right? Nope, it's just Sonic Drift 2. Have you ever wanted a game that gathers up your friends together and get them angry at the same time? Well, Mario Kart has got you covered. Not this one though. Ah yes, Super Mario Kart, the start to the best Mario spin-off series. And also the start to the worst genre of racing games, putting mascots in karts or cars. Not a single one of these mascot kart games captured the essence of Mario Kart. They even managed to always be worse than the arcade Mario Karts. Now right from the get-go, we have a very interesting title screen with lots of stuff on it. Then we have a choice of single player or two players. I guess I'll check out the single player modes first. Now as you can tell, Super Mario Kart didn't age that well. It's still okay for what it is though. Now just like F-Zero, Super Mario Kart takes advantage of the Super Nintendo's capability to stretch and move 2D images at an angle to make a racetrack, for example. Also, I hope you like split screen because the entire single player game has a map for the bottom screen. You see, Nintendo wanted to make a two-player F-Zero game. Obviously, the Super Nintendo can handle the speed of F-Zero with two players at the same time, so instead of futuristic cars, they used go-karts instead. So since the game was built around two players, during single player the game just defaults to the screen set. It's pretty easy to get used to though, since the game is always like this. Anyways, apparently the story of how Super Mario Kart became Super Mario Kart was, I guess, one of the characters in the kart kind of looked like Mario, so they went the full way and just made every character a Mario character. Speaking of characters, what do we have for selection? Well, we of course got Mario, we got Luigi, Princess Toadstool, Yoshi, Bowser, Koopa Troopa, Toad, and Donkey Kong Jr.? Honestly, I think Donkey Kong Jr. being here is actually really cool. It's just a little bit weird since Donkey Kong is more well known. The only explanation for Jr. being here is because Donkey Kong wasn't the Donkey Kong we knew today through Donkey Kong Country and onwards. And as well because Jr. was playable in his game, while Donkey Kong wasn't playable in his game at the time. Anyways, wait. Why do I say anyways a lot? Oh no, I got out of character. Wait, I wasn't supposed to break the fourth wall in the series. Continuing on, instead of each character having their own stats, two characters always share the same exact stats. They even have special names for these pairs. Mario and Luigi are the bros, obviously. Toadstool and Yoshi are the dragon and the lady. Bowser and Donkey Kong Jr. are the showdown. And finally, Toad and Koopa Troopa are the small guys. Now gameplay-wise, is it good? Yeah, the controls kinda suck. I'm somewhat used to them, but if I play a more modern Mario Kart game, like Mario Kart 7 for example, then go back to Super Mario Kart, it is definitely weird to get back into. Also, do not drift in this game, unless if you're a master speedrunner in this game. It is not worth it. Plus, you don't get a mini turbo from it like the later games. Now for the tracks. There are 20 tracks split into 4 cups, which means 5 tracks per cup. First up, the Mushroom Cup. First track in this cup is Mario's Circuit. Pretty basic, but it lets you get used to the controls. Next, Donut Plains. Another basic one, but this time it lets you get used to the even slippier controls. Ghost Valley is next here, and it introduces the fact that you can fall off of the track in this game. Plus the walls break if you bump into it in this track. You're going to hear me say the word next so much. Bowser Castle is next here, and yes, it's called Bowser Castle, not Bowser's Castle. Anyways, this track blows because of the 90-degree turns, but other than that, it's okay. Next, Mario Circuit 2? Yeah, so this track list has some reoccurring themes, because it saves memory in the cartridge. Hopefully they feel like new experiences. They don't. So Mario Circuit 2 is the same as the first one, except it has this big jump at the end. Now for the Flower Cup, starting off with Choco Island 1. I quite like this one track design wise, but the graphics here just burn my eyes out. Next, Ghost Valley 2. Honestly better than Ghost Valley 1. Has more fun turns, and that's about it. Donut Plains 2 is just Donut Plains 1 mirrored, and 2 extra turns are added. Next, Bowser Castle 2. This is worse than Bowser Castle 1 because there's this one turn that just drops you off into lava. And since there's no driving backwards in this game, you can either accept your fate, or you can use the feather power-up to do this shortcut. Mario Circuit 3. This track is overrated, especially the later versions from Mario Kart Wii and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Next cup here is the Star Cup. The first track for this cup is Koopa Beach 1. It's kinda lame because it's just shallow water and a few islands shaped into a circle, but the relaxing music makes up for it. Next, Choco Island 2. Just like the first Choco Island, it has good track design, minus the questionable amount of bumps, but the graphics once again burn my eyeballs. Vanilla Lake 1. Like Koopa Beach 1, the track goes in a circle, but here, there are these annoying ice blocks. I hate these ice blocks. I don't think anyone likes these ice blocks. Bowser Castle 3. The best out of all the Bowser Castles. Mostly because of the amount of jumps in this section. To wrap up the Star Cup, we got Mario Circuit 4. I like this one the most out of all the other Mario Circuits. Sure, it's just basically Mario Circuit 3, but mirrored, with slight differences, but man, those differences make it a lot better. And finally, exclusive to 100cc and 150 speed classes. Oh no, I got out of character. Wait, I wasn't supposed to break the fourth wall in the series. And finally, exclusive to 100cc and 150 speed classes, the Special Cup. First up, Donut Plains 3. Honestly, this one sucks. I'm way too used to the Mario Kart 8 version, plus I hate having to jump over this bridge manually. I like the Super Circuit version much better because it does it automatically for you. Koopa Beach 2 is next. In my opinion, on this, it's the same as Koopa Beach 1. Ghost Valley 3, the best out of the Ghost Valleys, because it has all these fun turns you can fall off of. Vanilla Lake 2. Now, the final track in Super Mario Kart, Rainbow Road. Now, it is a nice breath of fresh air finally not having a repeated theme for a track, but this is horrible. You can fall off so easily, and yes, you could say that it's a skill issue, but I don't see the CPUs falling. At least the epic music makes up for it. Every version of SNES Rainbow Road from Mario Kart 7 onwards is definitely the version I would suggest playing. Now for some two-player stuff. I don't have anyone to play with though.
I can play with you. How? You're me!
I thought you said you wouldn't break the fourth wall in this series.
Yes, I know, but at this point, I feel like it should just be a repeating thing. Plus, you said it too!
Fair enough. You still want to play?
Like I said, how? I can't control two players at once, especially if I only got an Xbox 360 controller and a keyboard.
That is just a theory, you know.
Go away!
Okay, fine. Why are you doing this to yourself?
Okay, I'm leaving. Good! Man, I'm glad that I won't be editing different me's into the same frame.
First, we got the match race. It's basically versus mode from the other games, with just no options to turn CPUs on. You're able to choose any track in the game without having to worry about playing any other track from that same cup. And now, the other mode for two players is battle mode. You get a choice of 4 maps, and you each get 3 hits represented by these balloons. And you just use a bunch of items on the other player until one of you wins. Well, that was Super Mario Kart. It hasn't aged well at all. Some of the tracks are okay, but the controls are just horrible. It's still fun because it is a Mario Kart game, but obviously there are way better Mario Kart games out there. But hey, I'll see all of you outdated people next time. Man, yeah, I broke the fourth wall way too much this episode.